Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Roadblock. We're back on the free to play. So I already recorded today's video, but I was very disappointed in the overall delivery of the content, and I wanted to re-record and focus and give you guys a more improved version of what I recorded earlier. Now, unfortunately, I did do some stuff live on camera that I can't redo. But we completed the Fire Knight tournament right here. I'm going to use my remaining energy tonight to try and get maybe third or second place to try and get some of the good rewards there because I do like the chance for an Ancient Shard, but also the Primal Quartz can come in really handy for potentially getting a mythical champion down the line. So that's my plan for tonight's energy. I don't have any new updates regarding Newt. I probably won't have the time to level up Newt the way I want to like dedicate and get all the food and everything built until maybe this coming weekend. If I'm smart, I would wait until a champion training event, but I'm not sure that I want to be that patient. Newt can really help and help now. One thing I touched on in that video was there was a comment that was talking about Newt versus Geomancer. The bottom line is that I want to test it and find out for sure because I don't know. We don't know. And my logic in my head says that Geomancer's damage is based on how many turns the clan boss takes, whereas Newt's damage is based on Newt taking turns. So if Newt is fast or has a team that's supporting him, whether it's with speed or whatever, he's going to deliver a large amount of damage. And I do feel like I can build a very good Newt with the gear I have on the account as well. So, and we're talking counterattacks, or not even War Master. I guess I would go because it's a triple hitter. I'd probably go the other one, right? Giant Slayer. Yeah. So I just don't know for sure who's going to do more damage, and I want to test it. But obviously, if I put in Newt and he doesn't do as much damage as Geo, then I just keep using Geo and I don't lose anything. But I just feel like Newt can scale very well. The damage is based around him and his build rather than what the clan boss does to me and my team. And there's other factors there as well. I mean, as my Geo gets faster and I get that damage reduction more consistent, then perhaps I can take out Godseeker, or I keep the team I have now and take out Godseeker and replace her with the new legendary fusion that I hope I get, who would not only do extending buffs like she does, but would also bring big shields. So there's a lot of stuff that can go into my future plans, and we just don't know what they're going to be. So more to come, right? On that, and we'll see. But so talked about that. Talked about the Fire Knight thing. The champion that I pulled, it was a epic. I pulled Carlinia, I think is her name. Yep. I talked about her kit a little bit in that video. I like her kit. I think it's decent, especially for like a free to play account or an account that doesn't have access to a lot of champions. In an account that has Geomancer and Mordecai, this champion's value goes down a little bit, right? The only thing that I kind of went on a mini rant about was that you need accuracy to land the A1, but then they tell you that this debuff that then they say no accuracy required on the A2. That doesn't make sense to me. I never understand that. I understand why you would make a champion do an ability that cannot be resisted. Is it Rathalos that can do that, I think? Yeah, if this target is a boss, this cannot be resisted, right? That makes sense because you don't want to build Rathalos with accuracy. You would rather build him for damage, right? So it makes sense that of course, his debuff can land without accuracy. That makes perfect sense. In Carlinia's case, you would need to build her with accuracy to land the A1. So why would you want an A2 that doesn't need accuracy? It just doesn't make sense to me. That's all. So I kind of went on a longer rant about that, but I think I've made it pretty clear that those kinds of things irk me. If you wanted to put her in a group where the HP burn comes from somebody else, then I guess you could build her in a different way. I don't know. Either way, she's an interesting champ. She's got a mini cleanse. I didn't talk about it. Mini cleanse and a mini strengthen. So definitely has her uses, but I don't think this account she's going to make the cut just because the roster is so deep at this point. So on my free-to-play challenge account, for example, she would have been a wonderful and welcome addition on that account. Okay, now we talked about who I pulled. We talked about the tournaments. The future of the account, like I said, I'm going to do the tournament tonight. I just don't know when Newt gets built or gets leveled up, I should say. A big problem is the time constraints I'm under. So I closed tonight, and then I'm going in very first thing early tomorrow morning. So I just don't know when I'm going to have as much time as I would like to sit down and just grind campaign. I could set RSL Helper up to do it, but I kind of prefer to just do it on my own. It's nice to put a video on and then just click refresh a bunch of times. So I'm definitely going to do it. Definitely going to level him. I just don't know when. And the last thing I wanted to touch on was the poll that I put out. You guys are going to be proud of me. I took like a 30-minute video and turned it into like a 10-minute video. So I'm proud of myself here. But the poll that I put out a poll talking about would you guys want to watch me play other games on this account. Well, first of all, account was the wrong words. It's a channel. So I fixed that. The only way to fix this, I can't edit a poll. I had to delete it. So I re-uploaded the poll and I put in commentary saying, hey, this won't impact me making Raid Shadow Legends content. So I want to be clear about that with you guys. If I was to play another type of game, it's not going to be a grindy, big, deep game like this. It's going to be a game that I could play for a couple of hours on a day off and then use that time, so I'll play for a couple hours on my day off and use that couple of hours to create like a week's worth of videos that won't need, minor editing, and just I'll play for like 4 hours or 5 hours or something on my day off, and just at each hour I'll cut and say, hey, thank you guys for watching, and then I'll pick right back up. And it doesn't impact my raid time very much, if at all. So that's the plan. Like, and I'm doing it for a couple reasons. One, Raid Shadow Legends is amazing. I love Raid Shadow Legends. But I also like playing other video games, and I think that I would have interesting commentary, funny moments, funny events, pure excitement like you saw when I pulled Newt. So I would love to share that kind of experiences with you guys. And what I'm kind of talking about is just like single player strategy-esque type of games. Baldur's Gate comes to mind because I'm itching to play something like that. XCOM comes to mind. Just playing strategy games through their campaigns. StarCraft 2 maybe. Company of Heroes, stuff like that. Games that haven't played in a while. Maybe even content in Warhammer, Total War or something. But just stuff. And again, I would never sacrifice my main content, which would be Raid Shadow Legends. This would be in addition to just for me to have a little bit more fun with you guys, more content for you guys to watch, stuff that I could stream live even, that, could branch out and bring more eyeballs. And then, of course, that's going to bring more eyeballs to my main content too. Someone clicks on a video to watch me play Baldur's Gate, and then they see that I make raid videos every day, and they're like, "What's this about?" And then all of a sudden, they're watching a free-to-play series, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I can play this game." So you never know, but I just kind of want to branch out a little bit and have a little bit of fun. If it becomes popular enough, then it's something that I could perhaps build a second channel around. And that way I could split the two, so you guys would have raid content here and then have fun content or different content. I said fun is the wrong word, I apologize, but different content on the other channel. Now, these are all way future plans. That brings me to my very last point that I want to talk about. I've teased this a few times. I'm still not ready to say anything, and I in the video that I recorded before, I did tease it. I'm not, and I made the decision that I'm gonna stop talking about it after today until I'm ready. So I basically, when May hits, I will have my mind made up about what my future plans are, and I will reveal them to you guys. I would say that my future plans are about 90% set, and my family and I are preparing for those future plans. So I just don't want to say one thing and then have something happen that completely changes things. So in May, listen out or I'll probably just make a video kind of explaining what my plans are for the channel, for myself, for my family. I don't talk too much about my family, but I served in the military for 10 years. My wife is still active duty. So, my life situation can change very quickly, very rapidly. With one set of orders, everything can change very rapidly. So that's why I don't want to commit to something only to have those plans get flipped on their heads. But I do have big plans for the channel, and I've already touched and implemented some of those plans. The fact that I'm re-recording this video is a testament to how much I care about the content that I'm putting out, and I don't just want to record myself talking for 30 minutes and throw it up and say, yeah, that's good enough. They'll watch that. So I'm dedicated to you guys. I hope that you guys are appreciative. I hope that I'm performing at a level that you guys are enjoying. And I'm trying to do so while juggling all these different things. But everything should even out here very quickly, and good news to come. So that's the last time I'm going to talk about it until May. I promise you guys, just like I haven't talked about the other thing I promised you I won't talk about until May. So May is going to be the big shift where I almost like the channel gets almost turned back on, right? So that's everything I have for you guys. I'm sorry that you didn't get to see me pull Carlinia, but because it was also a non-factor, it was easy to kind of cut and re-record and just move forward. I did say one other thing, and I'm sorry, but I did want to point out to you guys that I have a lot of shards, but I also have a big advantage with this clan being as far along as they are, that I'm able to get an epic skill tome and a void shard for very few resources relatively. So I just wanted to point that out. That's not a brag, but it's always remember that your account can't be compared to mine. Obviously, this account pulls champions like Newt and Geomancer and Coldheart, and I mean, what don't I have? A cleanser, like a real solid Pythion style cleanser, I suppose, is really all I'm missing, but who knows what's sitting in a shard somewhere. So anyways, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Please go check out that poll. Let me know what you think about me putting other content on the channel. Again, it won't impact Raid Shadow Legends content. That will always be here for as long as Raid Shadow Legends is still a game. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.